Hey, what's up guys? Tito here with Aloha Android, and today I'm going to give you guys my list of some devices you might want to check out if you're looking to upgrade on Boost Mobile. So let's go. Alright, so let's start off with the first device that I basically will suggest that you guys might want to try checking out, and that is the LG Tribute HD. This device goes for $80, and it's something that I feel for an entry smartphone you might want to check out. It is way better than the LG K3. Handles things very well, got a good amount of storage and RAM to push applications. The only thing that the Tribute HD lacks in is it lacks in gaming. If you're someone that likes to game, this device is not for you because it will slow down and lag. Other than that, basic things like Facebook and social media and live broadcasting, it handles very well. Cameras is actually surprising. Yeah, they're not the best quality, but they can get some pretty good shots in low light. So Tribute HD is one way to go. Next on my list is going to be the ZTE Watch 7. Now, if you have the Warp Elite, you won't see this as an upgrade really, but if you don't have a Warp Elite and haven't had a ZTE device in a while or never tried one, try the Warp 7. Very nice device. Spec the same as the Warp Elite, and I have the Warp Elite, and it's one of my favorite phones, and it handles things very well. The cameras is actually quite nice on ZTE devices. A lot of fun filters to play around with, so you might want to check out the cameras on it. But with the Warp 7, you do get 6.0 Marshmallow, which is on the Warp Elite. You only get 5.1 Lollipop. And it does have a removable battery on the Warp 7, where the Warp Elite did not have a removable battery. But other than that, for $99, what you get out of the Warp 7 is a pretty good deal to get. So if you're on the fence about ZTE, give the Warp 7 a try. You might not be disappointed. Good 80% chance you won't be disappointed, unless you're very picky. Next on my list is actually going to be the LG X Power. This is a battery-focused device. That's its main selling point. 4,000 mAh battery and a very slim-built device. Now, it's not super thin like paper thin, but it's thinner than most other devices that have a 4,000 mAh battery, and they're a little bit more bulkier than the X Power. So kudos to LG for making this device thin. 5.3-inch display, so you're kind of like in the middle between a smartphone and a phablet. So it's kind of good for people who tend to pull to either side. Non-removable battery. Got some pretty good camera sensors, not the best, but some pretty good ones. 5 megapixel up front, 8 in the back. It does very well with outdoor shots. Indoor shots is where it starts to suffer. So if you're a person that's really heavy on photography, then you might not want to look at the X Power because low light shots is a no-go. Next on my list would be the HTC One A9. Now this is considered a little bit above a mid-ranger. However, this is also a hard device to find for Boost Mobile. The only places I've ever seen it sold is HNN.com and ShopSellDeals.com, which you can find both of them on Amazon. So if you search Amazon for the HTC One A9 Boost Mobile, you will find two versions. You will find the white version, and I think it's like a dark gray metal one. Other than that, some of the things that it does feature, of course, fingerprint reader, which most Boost Mobile devices don't have currently, unless you get like the flagships like the S7, the S6, and the iPhones. Then yeah, you'll already know about biometric reading. But for a mid-range device in the Boost Mobile, there's no device that really does it except for the HTC One A9 at this point right now. So if you're looking for that type of feature, that's something that you're really wanting to try out, then the HTC One A9 is probably your bet to look at, as it does have that. But besides that, it has a near stock Android experience, kind of a nice build to it. Definitely something to check out. I really can't tell you guys too much about it because I've never owned one in hand, so I've never actually had to play around with it, but hopefully it'll change in the future. Okay, so next device on my list is going to be the LG G3 and the G Flex 2. These are two old flagships that you can probably find at Boost Mobile stores being sold. Very nice to have. The G Flex 2 having that round display so it contours to your cheeks when you're on a phone call. Of course, that self-healing back is another cool gimmicky feature about it. Now, it doesn't heal deep scratches, just very minor nicks and stuff like that. And if you have like change in your pocket with the phone, if the back gets scratched, it should heal in like a couple of minutes or so. The scratch will kind of like dissolve and go away. Deep scratches, no. You cut that thing with a knife, that scratch is going to stay. But some pretty cool options. I mean, if you're looking for yesteryear's flagship devices, and you might want to check them out. They're still kind of pricey though. They're in the upper 300 mark, so that's kind of pricey for like a 2-3-year-old flagship. And if you're on the fence for one, those are it. The LG Stylo 2 is a pretty good phablet to kind of look at with that stylus it has and the pen pop feature that comes with it. Basically, when you remove the stylus, a menu will pop up on the display, and that's always something nice. But other than that, it may not be the Stylo 2 Plus with the fingerprint reader in the back and the octa-core processor, but the quad-core processor handles things very well. Gaming is fine. The only issues I have with the Stylo 2 on Boost Mobile is the fact that there's no option to move apps to the SD card, no adaptable storage. But other than that, the cameras are pretty solid. It's a pretty light device too for a phablet, so that's always a good thing. Seeing you don't want to have a big piece of phone in your hand and it kind of like weighs heavy. Next on my list is the Samsung Galaxy J3. Nice, solidly built smartphone. 5-inch display. I wouldn't really say it's premium, but it is nice to hold in the hand. And it does fairly well on one thing that really shocked me, which was the cameras. 2-megapixel front-facing shooter and a 5-megapixel rear-facing shooter, and yet the image quality is better than the LG X Power in my opinion, because it actually captures photos very well in low light and in outdoor lighting. So that's kind of cool. Runs Android Lollipop, so it was supposed to get a 6.0 update. I haven't seen it yet. Websites keep talking about it. I haven't seen it, but who knows. But other than that, it's a nice, solid built smartphone. Nice amount of storage, 16 gigs of onboard storage, 1.5 gigs of RAM. So it's about the same amount of storage and RAM as the Tribute HD. But it just feels better in the hand, a little bit better than the Tribute HD. And if you want something bigger than the J3, well then go with the J7, the phablet brother of the J3. The J7 has nice camera sensors as well, and it does have a front-facing flash, so if you're someone that likes to go out and party at night, you want to get a good photo with you and your friends, a good selfie, you got that flash to kind of assist you in getting good lighting in so you can get a good shot. But other than that, the octa-core processing on it is very well. It tends to heat up during gaming, but even though it heats up, it doesn't lag. Runs apps solid. 3000 mAh battery, handles very well for basic usage. When you start getting really heavy, then you can kill the battery off pretty quickly. I think the fastest I killed off the J7 was 5.5 hours. So still a good amount of battery that you can get out of it. It does run 6.0.1 Marshmallow, and yeah, it's got NFC technology built in, so you can pretty much do tap to pay, and the NFC chip is actually located in the battery, not on the cover of the device, but in the battery. So anyhow, that's pretty much it for my list, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section of this video, and yeah, you guys can check me out in the next one, guys. Links under the video right now if you guys want to go to my channel, subscribe if you've never been to my channel before. You have to check it out. I really appreciate it. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. It's supposed to be my lazy day, but I decided to work and bring you guys this video, so aloha. See you next time.